Hey, how you doing today, everyone? This is just a short clip that I'm going to put in front of all my videos, letting you know that if you have criticism or you don't like something about my videos, leave a comment, let me know, and I'll do what I can for you. You could also email me, and if you want more specific reading or direct reading, or there's a lot of things I can do that I don't make videos of for you. But go ahead and email me. My readings are specifically for universal reflection of you. I'm not trying to paint scenarios from the reading that can find relatable. Like a lot of, if you want more of that, there's plenty of YouTubers out there doing tarot readings or oracle readings and stuff that get into more specifics. If you want someone that's very specific to how the cards are laying out for you, instead of reading from the generic meanings of the cards and stuff, because what I'm trying to do is just paint a picture for you to reflect with and understand. Because I could do a deep reading and get into like, oh well, this and this means that and that, like, you know, with the two wands crossing over the sun card, you're in a good spot facing more objections to how you're going to go forward with the challenges. I mean, I could do all that, but what I'm trying to do is more of a paint not generic, but more of a universal picture for you to reflect on for yourself, and give you principal meanings of the cards. And then also I read from the designers and the energies that the artists or the creators of the decks put for us to read from, and understand what their intention was from their cards when they designed them. You know, that I understand that you're supposed, as a tarot reader, you're supposed to look at the pictures and try to interpret them for somebody. But I'm not doing it for just specific individuals. I'm doing it for all a complete sign of all millions of potentially people that are out there. So I just wanted to put that out there. Go ahead and hit me up, and I'll do what I can for you.
Hey Libra, how you doing? Libra horoscope, month of June 2020, the full moon lunar eclipse in fiery Sagittarius on June 5th can have some pretty big yet unknown long-term effects on your life, Libra. So wait for the erratic energy to settle before making any major decisions. In times when you can't really control what happens to you, it's how you react that matters most. A murky Sun Neptune square on the 11th holds mysteries that you can't quite solve, and the harder you try to see something, the fuzzier it becomes. It might be best to curl up in your softest PJs in a comfy chair with a good cup of coffee and wait for this frustrating time to pass. A Cancer new moon on June 20th points you in a new creative direction, especially involving family. New developments regarding a parent, sibling, or child are exciting, and your imaginative input might be requested or required to improve things even further. Loving Venus goes direct in intelligent Gemini on the 24th, putting your love life and financial world back in forward motion. If you've hit pause on either of these areas recently, it's time to use Gemini's logic energy to get some positive momentum going again. Present, your current situation, Libra, June of 2020. Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles represents Virgo, nurturing, big-hearted, down-to-earth, resourceful, trustworthy, gives love and support, finds a use for whatever's at hand, keeps confidences and secrets, will do any service for others, handles problems matter-of-factly. Influence, helpful or challenging energies, Libra, June of 2020. The Fool. The Fool, beginning, spontaneity, faith, apparent folly, entering a new phase, trusting the flow, living in the moment, accepting your choices. Past issues, the basis of the situation. Libra, June of 2020. The World, integration, accomplishment, involvement, fulfillment, experiencing wholeness, contributing, realizing your goals, savoring the present. Immediate past, what is behind you, Libra, June of 2020. Knight of Swords, Gemini, direct or blunt, knowledgeable or opinionated, authoritative or overbearing, logical or unfeeling, incisive or cutting, is frank and outspoken or is tactless and rude, speaks with assurance or tends to be domineering, has a keen, forceful intellect or is prone to biting sarcasm, knows what he or she is talking about or believes he or she is always right, reasons clearly or undervalues intuition. Crowning thoughts or thoughts regarding the situation, Libra, June of 2020. King of Wands, Sagittarius. Creative, inspiring, forceful, charismatic, bold, develops innovative projects and ideas, is often showy and theatrical, communicates enthusiasm, is intrepid, seems to dominate the environment. Immediate future, what is about to happen, Libra, June of 2020. Knight of Cups, Pisces energy. Knight of Cups, I'm sorry, it's not Pisces, it's Scorpio. Romantic or over emotional, refined or over refined, imaginative or fanciful, introspective or introverted, sensitive or temperamental, idolizes love, lacks self restraint, idolizes love or lacks self restraint, can tap the fertile unconscious or indulges in idle daydreams, is aware of moods and feelings or is prone to mood swings, appreciates beauty in all forms or leaves dirty work to others, values the inner life or focuses inward to excess. Your fears, emotional concerns regarding the situation, Libra, June of 2020. Temperance, balance, health, combination, finding the middle ground, renewing energy and vigor, experiencing harmony, gathering together what is needed. Reinforcing cards, world, back here in your past issues, basis situation, integration, synthesis, combination, joining with others, consolidating, finding the right mix, creating synthesis, getting it all together. Environmental factors, how others see you, Libra, June of 2020. Page of Swords, young air sign. Use your mind, be truthful, be just, have fortitude, analyze the problem, right or wrong, act honestly, face problems squarely. Your hopes, what you really wish for, Libra, June of 2020. Four of Pentacles, possessiveness, control, block change, keeping what you have, maintaining the status quo, wanting to be in charge. Opposing cards here, and your challenging or helpful influence area was the Fool, being spontaneous, impulsive, denying weakness, directing, demanding compliance, insisting on your own way, imposing structure, setting limits and rules, creating order. Outcome, answer your question, Libra, June of 2020. The Magician. Action, conscious awareness, concentration, power, doing what needs to be done, having singleness of purpose, making a strong impact, knowing what you are doing and why. Additional clues and guidance about the reading, Libra, June 2020. Page of Pentacles. That's a young earth sign. The Star. Queen of Swords. That's you, Libra. Queen of Wands in reverse. Leo. Top of the deck, Two of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Two of Wands in reverse. Page of Pentacles, have an effect, be practical, be prosperous, be trusting, trustworthy. Make your plans real, draw to you what you need. Take a realistic approach, accepting that the solution is well in hand. The Star, hope, inspiration, generosity, serenity, having faith in the future, wanting to give or share, experiencing peace of mind, regaining motivation. Opposing cards at the top of the deck was Two of Swords, blocked, flow, or feelings. Reinforcing cards, helpful or challenging energies. The Fool, innocence, faith, trust. Thinking positively, believing, counting your blessings, seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, feeling great expectation, looking forward to success, relaxing, finding your still center, remaining untroubled, savoring perfect calm, being tranquil amid trouble, enjoying harmony. Queen of Swords, honest, astute, forthright, witty, experienced, faces the truth even if unpleasant, has a delightful sense of humor, sizes up a situation quickly, has seen and done it all, is direct and open in all dealings. Queen of Wands, attractive, wholehearted, energetic, cheerful, self-assured, is appealing and popular, is optimistic and upbeat, is loaded with enthusiasm, quietly demonstrates self-confidence, leads a busy and active life. Now we do the Carl Jung psychology aspect of the reading. From the ego, why is the Queen of Pentacles here in your current situation? Libra, June of 2020. Three of Books. Book chosen. Out of all the books available, you made your choice. You're moving forward through the pages. Like any good book, you will not know how things turn out until the end. From the shadow lies the Queen of Pentacles here in your current situation. Libra, June of 2020. Ace of Swords. In projects that take a long time to realize, it is often necessary to forego certain marginal aspects. From the ego, why is this the Fool here in influence, helpful or challenging energies? Libra, June of 2020. Hanged Man. The Lady of Visions, drinking deeply from the mysteries of life, helps reconnect us with the divine. The cost is fear, but the gift is wisdom. Once we give ourselves up to mysteries, our understanding is changed forever. From the shadow lies the full here and influence helpful or challenging energies. Libra, June of 2020. Seven of Wands. When we must defend that which we believe in, we must do so in person, advancing without hesitation towards the enemy. From the ego lies the world here in past issues, basis situation. Libra, June of 2020. Griffin of Chalices. The chalice in action, all the dreams, sweetness, and love in the world slip away as if they never were, if they are not acted on. Action gives them power and direction. With power comes responsibility. Use it wisely. From the shadow lies the world here in past issues, basis situation. Libra, June of 2020. Queen of Swords. We should not always flee solitude. There are times when we can understand others better than if they are far away. From the ego lies the Knight of Swords here in immediate past. Libra, June of 2020. Four of Spheres. The sphere unmoved, anything left alone for too long will put down roots or be subsumed into its surroundings or both. If you've neglected your potential and resources, you will be unhappy when you want to use them. From the shadow lies the Knight of Swords here in the immediate past. Libra, June of 2020. Queen of Pentacles. Understanding our difficulties is often the first step towards overcoming them. From the ego lies the King of Wands here in your crowning thoughts, your thoughts regarding the situation. Libra, June of 2020. The Moon. The maiden behind the mirror. You think you are looking at reality, but it is your own projections. Look around the mirror, leaving your expectations behind, and you will discover a different reality. From the shadow lies the King of Wands here in your crowning thoughts. Your thoughts regarding the situation. Libra, June of 2020. The Star. Often the need to rest is greater than the need to work. Thoughts must move smoothly in our mind to stimulate new enthusiasm. From the ego lies the Knight of Cups here in your immediate future. Libra, June of 2020. Seven of Swords. The secret sword, things are not always what they seem. An unexpected weapon can defeat an insurmountable enemy. Conversely, don't assume an easy victory over an apparently weak foe. From the shadow lies the Knight of Cups here in the immediate future. Libra, June of 2020. Ten of Pentacles. Our fear of the length of a journey should not attempt us to seek shortcuts. From the ego, why is the temperance here in your fears, emotional concerns? Libra, June of 2020. Eight of Swords. The enigma of the sword. When in a difficult situation with no apparent way out, the solution can be found in the least obvious place. Find out what is causing the pain of your attacker and heal it. From the shadow lies the temperance here in your fears, emotional concerns. Libra, June of 2020. Temperance. Patience and perseverance are the keys to solving many problems. There is a time to struggle and a time to step back and wait. The wise person knows when to moderate the impulse to rush in. From the ego, why is this Page of Swords here in your environmental factors, how others see you, Libra, June of 2020. Nine of Spheres. The sphere achieved. Your patience, finesse, and determination have been rewarded. You have not only achieved your goal, you did it in a way that pleased you. Now you get to enjoy the life that you've created. From the shadow lies the Page of Swords here, environmental factors, how others see you, Libra, June of 2020. Ace of Pentacles. Knowledge enables us to see beyond the horizon and appraise the resources available to us wisely. From the ego, why is this Four of Pentacles here in your hopes, what you really wish for, Libra, in June of 2020. High Priestess. The Keeper of Mysteries books and knowledge point to the doors of mystery. To experience magic, you must cross the threshold and give yourself over to the mystery, letting go of expectations. From the shadow lies the Four of Pentacles here in your hopes, what you really wish for, Libra, June of 2020. Six of Swords. At times, the solution to a problem can be found by changing direction. We must not be afraid to spread our wings. From the ego lies the Magician here, and outcome answer your question, Libra, June of 2020. Three of Swords. The sword weighs heavy. Everyone says they want the truth. If they knew the pain it could cause, they would not always be so eager. You have discovered the truth and now must carry it and its consequences with you. From the shadow lies the Magician here, and outcome answer your question, Libra, June of 2020. Five of Wands. However bitter a conflict may be and however tragic its outcome, we will always be able to stand up for our ideas and our principles. Isis Oracle from the ego. What is the message you have for Libra in June of 2020? Power over seven scorpions. Power to conjure lower vibrational forces. You're being initiated into the magic of conjuring, to have power to affect lower vibrational forces through your own will and spoken word. You are guided to use this powerful gift with compassion and discernment, with mercy and non-judgment. You can then manage any toxicity in your life swiftly and with great effect. The Lady Isis teaches the art of conjuring, of being able to use will and word to gain dominion over lower vibrational energies. We must be careful to use this gift with compassion, respect, and love. Using words with care and firmness will bring great healing into your life. You are guided to become aware of the power of your words and to realize that they are becoming very effective as a healing instrument. The lady was able to cause the poison of 7 scorpions to yield to her healing intent by naming them and dominating their poison. She did so out of compassion to save the life of a young boy. In this story lies the mystery of her conjuring art that is awakening in you. To name the poison requires careful and clear assessment. If you judge or resist really knowing it, you are unlikely to be able to accurately name and therefore gain power over the poison. If you stay curious, detached, and compassionate, your perception and ability to wield the power that comes with the ability to accurately name something will increase. The poison may be jealousy, resentment, fear, or guilt. It may be blame or shame, anger or possessiveness, born of abandonment or rejection in the past. It may be a poison that is sourced from within your own self or injected into your system from another. It could be an actual phrase or insult, a cruel childhood nickname or taunt, even said in humor, but that wounded the open body soul at the time. It might be a cultural poison, such as the sickness evidence in our cultural images of the feminine body that leads to distorted perceptions of ideal body image, hatred of our bodies, and disordered eating. The poison might be your own fear of success or failure. It might quite simply be the ego in a dramatic endless spiral of suffering from which there appears to be no respite. Isis can help you heal and grow more powerful than any poison in your system or relationship or any toxic environment by helping you name it. Take ownership of the situation and make any inner change necessary so that you can either affect transformation of the situation or are transported from it by your changing vibration, which then draws a different circumstance more aligned with your frequency. Conjuring and domination in this art do not occur by force. For the forcing against something, we are giving it power through our resistance. The power to conjure in the healing mysteries of Lady Isis comes in compassionate realization of the truth. Sorhu comes as bearer of promising tidings. If you have been trying to heal an issue, you will become whole. You will gain wisdom and successfully integrate the spiritual lesson of your experience. Do not give up if you are trying to understand a situation or even your life itself and what it means or why it happened. This oracle guides you to ask for assistance from those beings that love you unconditionally and to trust that the insight and peace of mind, the freedom from the past that you seek is coming to you, and you will feel empowered and capable of bringing about your own healing through clearly understanding the issue for you and speaking your truth about it. Your truth will be whatever is in your heart. It might be any number of simple expressions such as the love in me is greater than this pain, or the love of the Lady Isis heals and absorbs this poison now, returning it to me as unconditional love. Divine Circus Oracle from the Shadow, what is the message you have for Libra in June of 2020? Supernova. Something in you needs to be unleashed. This is not quite a quiet and cut. Start over. Something in you needs to be unleashed. This is not quite quiet and steady growth, but more like a wild explosion of creative energy and sacred fire. The sparks your rapid growth will create shall ignite your body, mind, and soul, inspiring you to expand even beyond what you believe is possible. Your light will shine far and wide. You cannot control it, but you can trust it. A rocket is capable of traveling far and with great power and speed before settling into an effortless orbit far beyond the world in which it began its journey. To launch, however, requires power. A quiet and contained power is not appropriate for the task. A raw and explosive force is needed to propel the rocket from the known world of Earth towards its destined orbit in space. The oracle of supernova indicates a time of rapid growth, so accelerated and powerful that it can feel like an explosion, as if you were the rocket being launched into space. It tends to be of high intensity but short duration. Whilst this is a positive thing, it can cause shock waves and disrupting patterns and create feelings of instability and even uncertainty, as your world starts to change in ways you don't feel are within your personal control. You may feel like there is a powerful momentum moving you out of what your life has been towards some new unknown destiny. As it moves from the dramatic force of the launch towards the eventual peace of an effortless orbit, the rocket will jettison the very thing needed to get the journey started. This isn't about disposing of the essentials, the people and things that really mean something to your heart, but rather about letting go of old attitudes, ideas, ways of being, and attachments, to allow for utter freedom to ascend. After the intensity of the birth, the effortlessness of your orbit into a new world will require a different attitude. What you needed to begin your journey to start a new venture or lifestyle will be different to what is required to continue on your life journey. You need to trust in what is happening at all points on your journey. Don't hold on to a support system, belief system, or a way of being out of fear. Sometimes it's just time to let it go because it's not relevant for your journey anymore. If you try to hold on, you will actually just be holding yourself back. When the time comes to let go, you'll feel it. People or situations will not be able to reach you, or you them, or even if you are making an effort to try and stay connected. Previous support systems and connections won't be able to support you anymore on the next steps of your journey. It's like they are training wheels that are no longer needed. They would just get in the way. So you have gratitude for what was, and with love you let it go. The oracle of supernova reminds you that after the intensity of the birth, there is another birth of sorts, the settling into a new pattern of life at a higher altitude, with more peace, effortlessness, and consciousness. Each phase happens naturally, and you'll find when and how to respond to each phase in your life as you trust yourself. Druidcraft Tarot Deck. What is the overall meaning, underlying energies of the Celtic Cross spread with the cards laid out for Libra in June of 2020? Princess of Pentacles in reverse. After a period of study or effort, reward yourself with some well-earned relaxation. Relaxation can turn into laziness and an avoidance of the effort required in getting back to work. Balance work with play. Small financial losses. What is the overall meaning, underlying energies of the Celtic staff with the cards laid out for Libra in June of 2020? Four of Wands in reverse. Delays or a break in your work. You may have forgotten how truly blessed you are. Spend a while thinking about all you've achieved. Relax and take pleasure in life. What is the overall meaning, underlying energies of the entire reading? Why is the Page of Pentacles, the Star, Queen of Swords, and Queen of Wands in reverse here, and additional clues and guidance for Libra, June of 2020. Six of Cups in reverse. The release of old wounds and difficult memories. Clinging to someone or an event that has ceased to be of value to you. Sometimes attending to the past is vital if we are to grow and learn, but at other times we need to let go of past events. With wisdom, what message do you have for Libra in June of 2020? Go with the flow. Loose strife helps coping when life is overwhelming and going with the flow in the midst of chaos. Orbicular jasper enhances steady, slow breathing, which supports patience and flexibility of the mind. The path to your goal is not a straight line but is filled with unexpected bends, detours, and blocks. Being frustrated, angry, or impatient won't help. Try to accept that this chaos is part of the experience rather than fighting it or flailing about. Find the rhythm of flow in the chaos and ride it gently to your destination. I have goals and desires. I have enough flexibility to allow me to enjoy the journey, whatever it brings my way as I move forward on my path. Druid Animal Oracle. What animal has a message for Libra in June of 2020? Cat. Guardianship, attachment, sensuality. The card shows a wild cat in the Scottish Highlands. In the foreground, we see the yellow flowered spotted cat's ear and the pink flowering cat's foot. Hill cat's glove, pennywort, is growing by the cat's tail. Cat brings us the ability to observe situations quietly without judgment before making decisions, apparently asleep but really listening. A cat can sit for hours until it acts with decisiveness. Remember the saying, a cat may look at a king. You have a right to know and to judge important issues for yourself in your own time. The cat unites an awareness of the spirit world with a highly developed sensuality. These two attributes are not polar opposites as dualistic spiritual teachings would have us believe, but are facets of one continuum of awareness and sensitivity. Working toward wholeness involves enhancing our appreciation of both the physical and non-physical worlds. This card may also mean that you must be wary of becoming an action cat, an old term which means a fireside cat, too lazy to bother much about the world, an indolent and self-absorbed sensuality. Rather than an opening of the self to the magic of the physical world, is usually a means of escaping from reality. The cat is easily able to travel in her spirit form in the other world, but it is important for you to be strongly earthed in everyday physical reality. An interest in the mysterious and the occult can sometimes be inappropriate, especially if it is used as a defense against the pain and difficulty of being in the world. The Indian Sacred Tarot, what message do you have for Libra in June of 2020? Judgment. The Judgment card comes up in a reading when we are at the crossroads and it is time to resurrect a new phase of life. It comes at a pivotal time when we must be honest with ourselves and rise up to the challenge of life. Judgment signifies the start of a new journey guided by lessons learned in the past. It represents the culmination of your life's experiences and is about rebirth and resurrection. Native Spirit, what message do you have for Libra in June of 2020? Spirit of Air. Trust your intuition. Know that you're on the right path. Take time to nurture yourself. Allow your inner child free reign. Believe in your dreams. Don't stifle your emotions. Trust the messages they're giving you. Purify and cleanse yourself in your home. Healing is on its way. Emotional healing, energy is expanding within you. Your native spirit wants you to know the spirit of water invites an emotional richness into your life. Communicate with your heart. Embrace your childlike wonder. This card also represents purification, cleansing, and healing. It reminds you to clean your personal space in your body. It also urges you to accept and embrace your emotions, all of them, even the ones that you don't usually like. Additionally, trust your hunches. Push off from the shore of safety and enter the flow of life. All is well. The journey. Be aware of water in your life. Humidity, mist, clouds, rain, water, and food. Fruit, vegetables, and so forth. The ocean, the rivers, the bath, and the shower. Drink water, extra water. Energize it by placing your hand over each glass and sending love into the water. Evaluate relationships. Notice how each encounter affects your subtle energy or emotions. Take some daily time to relax, especially near or in water. Cleanse and purify yourself and your living space using water. Imagine how it would feel to be still and to be a still pool of water, a mountain stream, a mist, the great sea, or a summer shower. Notice any emotions or feelings that emerge as you do this. Watch your dreams. Cut that out. Don't put that in the video. That was spirit of water. Spirit of air. Clarity and expansive perception of life is emerging. You're being advised to see life from a higher perspective. Clear out mental clutter. Breathe. All is well. Do not be concerned. The cobwebs are being cleared away. Communicate your truth. Take care of details. Pay attention and don't let things slip through the cracks. Take time to hear the truth of others. Spirit is whispering to you. Open your mind to see a situation in a new light. Your native spirit wants you to know the spirit of air represents the mental aspect of your life. It's the part that has the capacity to discern, analyze, organize, evaluate, and judge. Though seemingly subtle and unseen, air is composed of the most rarefied energy fields, and we're in constant communion with the vast universe through our breath. The spirit of air carries the energy of change and transformation, inspiration, aspiration, mental clarity, freedom, perception, communion, and communication. The element of the air also allows you to see situations from a higher perspective. This card can indicate that it's time to do some major clutter clearing and organizing. The journey. One of the most direct and powerful ways to receive messages from spirit is through the air spirit. The Cherokee people and many other native tribes believe that the winds were messengers sent by the Creator, and they carried information from the sacred realms. When you go outdoors, notice the movement of air across your skin. Whether it is the subtlest breeze or the powerful wind of a storm, take a moment to stop and listen. Get a sense of what messages it might have for you. Foxfire the Kitsune, what message you have for Libra in June of 2020? Empowerment. Within the realm of the Kitsune are beautiful ponds, still and tranquil, yet within them teems magical life. Amongst the beings who dwell there are the Koi mermaids, who come to you now with their message of empowerment. You're becoming stronger, calmer, more staunch, and clear in your purpose and message, and there is a direction you are now setting that will be reached. The Koi mermaids keep the Koi to persevere. The Koi mermaids help the Koi to persevere, to meet their challenges with perseverance and courage, and a sense that every moment of dedication and learning will bring about the desired result. This is the card of the person who is moving towards a goal and even encountering setbacks. And so the Koi mermaids comes to you to ask you to continue, to cheer you on, and to acknowledge that the heroic journey you are undertaking is indeed worthwhile. While you are so focused on this task or goal, others around you see your work and are inspired in their own personal quest. You are beautiful in your tenacity, and every step of the way sees you grow. It may feel at times as though the flow of the stream is against you, but this is not time to go with the flow. It is time to make your own way through the waters of life, even if others seem to be heading in a different direction. It is not time for the easy path. You will carve your own way through the waters, for you are on your way to great good fortune, prosperous times, and an enriched sense of what you are capable of. Dragon Oracle. Which dragon has a message for Libra in June of 2020? Alpha Dragon. Harness the divine masculine power of creation. Destroy the old, visualize your dream, help to manifest the new world. These incredible galactic dragons carry Archangel Metatron's highest light. They help to create the universe that we live in and continue to breathe the yang energy of manifestation into our world. Because they have the power of physical manifestation, they work with our thoughts when we are the collective mind of humanity and are ready to bring something into creation. These are enormous and powerful dragons. They only work for the highest good. As they can build, they can also destroy. They are entering our world now at the end of the old era and the start of the new to facilitate the destruction of that which no longer serves our planet and the concentration or construction of a new world at a much higher frequency. Alpha Dragons are bringing you a very special message. You are being called to demonstrate creative forces in your current project or experience. So ask these magnificent beings to assist you and know that their masculine energy will empower and strengthen you as you visualize what you want to build. You can also ask these dragons to support you in constructing our new fifth dimensional world as you hold the vision of the new golden age. They can take your pictures and breathe life into them. This is a card of raw power and creation, so ensure your intentions are pure. Imperial Dragon Oracle, what dragon has a message for Libra, June of 2020? Fertility. The abundance of Mother Nature, fruitfulness. Bountiful Earth Mother springs forth from even the most barren of ground, and with time will turn it back to rich, fertile land. She is filled with hope, love, and joy, and uses these energies to bring new opportunities through the union of opposite and sometimes contradictory forces. She brings abundance in all its forms, from simply having food on your table every day to possessing the resources to bring your dreams into reality. This is a time pregnant with possibilities when great things can be accomplished. Follow your natural instincts. Look to Mother Nature for inspiration, and you will know when to sow and when to harness. This faith applies not only to external ventures but to inner spiritual work as well. You can make progress on your path if you align yourself to the energies of the land you live upon. Indecision comes when you dwell on a contradiction. One part of you deeply wants to trust what you intuitively know, while another part of you fears the unknown. Feel the fear, but don't believe in it. Worry and anxiety are more than projections of your past into your future. It is only through letting the past go and being fully present that we can create a bountiful new life. Sacred Geometry Activations, Oracle, what message you have for Libra in June of 2020? Delight. The frequency of delight supports our capacity to create and experience feelings of intense joy and happiness. The more delight we feel, the more delight we evoke in others. Delight literally means from the light. Science refers to light as an electromagnetic radiation that we can measure in wavelengths, and visible light has a range of wavelengths and variations of color that we can perceive with the human eye. In the new energy, we are asked to consider the multi-dimensional attributes of light as fundamental to what we believe about is as well. Light has a quantum attribute and is nonlinear. It is an energy that can be created through consciousness, and consciousness can create it in return. Light influences our awareness, our perception, and therefore our reality. We associate the world delight with feelings of pleasure, joy, and happiness. Joy and bliss are considered to have some of the highest frequencies of all emotions. By feeling joyful or blissful, our frequency goes up. The higher our frequency, the more light we generate, and the more we can shine in return. The yellows, oranges, and pinks in the image refer to the sun as the symbol and source of our light. The beauty of the flower stimulates our feeling of joy, and the colors are like the sun, bright, warm, stimulating, and nurturing, all at the same time. The flower blooms while receiving light, or perhaps it is shining the light that we are receiving. The flower of life visible within the image represents the grid on which our three-dimensional reality is based. Wisdom of the Oracle. What is the overall meaning, message for this reading? Libra, for Libra, June of 2020. Mending. Essential meanings: forgiveness, making amends, healing after arguments. The Oracle's message: each time we are hurt and allow the hurt to pass through us without understanding and integration, we accumulate an unwanted burden. This keeps us chained to the very things we need to heal: the pain, the memories, the echoes of resentments, and the arguments that we rehearse over and over. Now is the time for mending rifts, healing wounds, and letting go of the old hurts in order to reclaim your power. Now is the time to forgive, to release, to make peace, and to make amends to others. Set yourself free. Relationship message: you've come to a place where forgiveness is necessary if you're to move forward. Separate or together, you and the other person are still experiencing the effects of a hurt that is impacting everything you do, even if you're not aware of it. The energy needs to clear. What must you do to bridge this gap? Closing your heart is not the answer. You have the power to heal this wound. Ask yourself, what would love do? Only good will come of forgiveness and an honest redress. Honest redress. Prosperity message: everyone makes mistakes, especially when you want something very badly. You may come to realize that in chasing after a pretty shiny thing, you lost sight of long-term sustainable prosperity. Sometimes you make choices that look good at first but ultimately lead to loss or failure. It's time to forgive yourself and others. Don't blame anyone else. You get to start again, wiser and more mature. The journey to true abundance can be bumpy. Make amends to anyone you may have hurt along the way, especially yourself. Forgive those who may have taken advantage of you. Let go and learn from this. You are now that much closer to achieving the kind of prosperity that really fulfills you. Nothing is ever lost or wasted when you view it from this perspective. Protection message: heartbreak is a strange healer of souls. Our grief strips away our mask and loosens our tight hold on our separateness, where we view ourselves as I and the world as it. Loss allows us to see ourselves as part of a larger scheme, opening us up to sympathy, empathy, and dependence on others in the moment when we can't hold ourselves together, and it leads us to become one with the greater whole again. Pain and suffering is part of life, and none of us will be immune to it. Can you view this loss, this pain, this dissonance as a way back to source? Let your sorrow break your heart wide open. You will never be left behind. You are loved, no more than ever, by Spirit, who does not want you to feel alone. One day you will look back and know this truth. White Light Oracle, what message do you have for Libra in June of 2020? Perfume of Sophia. You will be able to sense the best timing and approach to take. To create space for healing and resolution, connect to your body and ground yourself in the here and now with body-friendly practices. You will find your way intuitively and instinctively, even through confusing circumstances. For one moment you are sure the answer is no, and the next moment you are sure it is yes. Give up trying to figure the answer out right now and remain open with positive but relaxed expectation that clarity shall emerge spontaneously according to divine timing. Trust that your questions about your life will be answered. Even now, you are in the process of working your way toward the answers that will bring you clarity and higher understanding. There is a kindness in how the universe delivers a message. There is a story of three rabbis who went into a room and saw God. One rabbi dropped dead, the other went crazy, and the third one became enlightened. It was the same room and the same divine presence. So, what accounts for the different outcomes? When we are ready for knowledge, divine guidance is incredibly helpful in healing. However, we may need certain experiences to become ready. There is as much grace in veiling a truth as in revealing it. There is a beautiful Sufi teacher that destiny is granted with compassion. There is a time to prepare for knowledge, a time to receive it, and a time to live it. There is danger in trying to force knowledge. Force is the desire to progress faster than is naturally taking place. It is a disconnection from natural rhythms, the sacred feminine, the power of knowing the divine timing. The oracle of the perfume of Sophia asks you to trust your nose. The spiritual symbolism of the ability to smell is the capacity for discernment. In the words of Juliet and Romeo and Juliet, a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. The nose knows. As you lean into natural timing rather than trying to force something to happen, you'll remain connected to your own ground of being. You won't be pushing to get ahead. You'll be in connection with yourself. You'll be able to sense with your body and soul that which might otherwise confuse your mind, with its tendency to argue first one way then the other. You will instinctively sniff out the truth of a situation. Then you shall be able to do something useful with that knowledge. Developing the patience required to see us through times when we cannot know something we trust, and hopefully some equanimity is an important part of our soul journey. If such times evoke fearful and negative predictions or anxiety based on a lack of belief that you can deal with whatever arises with grace and dignity, then work on those issues. Do what you can do now. Leave everything else up to the loving and wise workings of the universe. If you are pushing for a resolution, an answer, and understanding before it is time for you to know, you'll feel frustrated. It will be more constructive and enjoyable for you to engage with what is. Will it require the development of your character, the capacity for patience, for trust and faith, for commitment and devotion, even when there is no evidence you shall succeed? Yes, likely it shall, especially if you are carving a path that is unique and creative. To live in such a way is wonderfully courageous and inspired. It requires spiritual maturity. Aligning yourself with a greater wisdom and timing, and surrendering yourself in its service, is the basis of spiritual maturity. You will have your answers, and in the interim, you are doing beautifully. Continue with your journey. Sacred Power Reading Cards. What's your message for Libra in June of 2020? Change. New beginnings bring challenges. Adapt to your surroundings. Like the wind, the universal spiral symbolizes change and growth. The spiral is a sacred symbol that reflects the universal pattern of growth, evolution, the goddess, fertility, and life force energy. Just like the changing seasons, new life is formed after a period of hibernation. Plants know when to shed parts of themselves, dropping their leaves, branches, and seeds at the precise moment. Their natural rhythm is synchronized with their environment. Walking down the road of change allows you to see where you have been and where you are going. This perspective but can be confronting, but no one needs to recognize past issues and mistakes to make better choices. These learning experiences require you to let go and surrender to your own divine will. Beginnings are often described as painful endings. Accepting your current position in life can offer powerful realizations about your current circumstances. Focus on life changes now. If you insist on making a decision, be patient and seek professional advice to secure solid foundations before the final phase. Right now there is change in the air. You are moving quickly into the next cycle of your life. This acceleration may feel uncomfortable at first, but it is essential for your progression. Being uncomfortable allows your soul to expand and grow. Surrender and let go of any fear you have surrounding the change required to ensure a smooth transition. Changing your circumstances in career, habits, family, finance, relationships, locations, ideas, and beliefs are all possible now. Be open to possibilities. Just like an eclipse, severe change can be perceived as a negative influence, but in reality it often leads to a more productive, beneficial outcome. Adapting to your new surroundings may take time. Relive, relieve any anxiety by removing your resistance to a universal flow. When the winds of change slow down and the dust begins to settle, reflect on how far you have come. Affirmation. I move through I move through life with ease, reflecting on each learning experience with love and understanding. I surrender my fear to the universe with freedom. Cosmic reading cards. What message do you have for Libra, June of 2020? Self-worth. Sometimes the hardest part of the journey is believing you're worthy of the trip. Don't you know just how worthy, amazing, and unique you are? You are incredible. If you have picked this card, we would like you to also see the amazing soul that is you. You are enough. Step back from trying to justify your existence with all the things that you constantly do. Stop comparing yourself to others, dear one. Please do not for 1 second ever feel that you don't measure up to the people around you. No one is perfect, even the people that you may be comparing and measuring yourself against. Too much of your personal power is being given to others, which can be draining on your own energy supplies. One of the most fundamental questions to ask yourself is, how much do I love myself? Take some time out from your schedule and reflect on this question. The extent to which you love yourself dictates how successful you are in every facet of your life, mind, body, and spirit. You are worthy. It is time to stop walking in the shadow of others. Take your place on your own golden chair. Sit amongst the gods and goddesses and shine your radiant light. Appreciate yourself and all the beauty you bring to this world. The more you come to see your own value and worth, the more others come to see these qualities within you. No matter who you are or what you feel you have accomplished in this life, you are magnificent and unique, but most importantly, you are enough. Take your place and shine. Prayer. Holy Spirit, fill me with love and help me embrace the light, love, and creative soul that is truly me. Associated chakras, base, and sacral. Starseed Oracle, what message do you have for Libra, June of 2020? I remember. Soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. There was a moment before you were born when you chose the conditions of the life you're living right now, when you plotted out these exact moments along the timeline of your life. We live in a world of free will, and therefore these moments become our destiny only through saying yes. The fated life is the one we were born into. The destiny life is the one our soul chooses and takes courage and faith. If you pull this card, it's because you're likely now face to face with the choice to follow the destiny life over the fated life, to trust the path your soul is calling you toward, and to remember that this moment was prearranged on your life's timeline. You may find yourself at a crossroads, at a moment when you're being called to make a decision, to keep walking the perfectly laid out path before you, or choose the one less traveled. You may be facing a change of career, a new relationship, a difficult decision, or something else that requires courage and faith. You're being invited to remember your soul's greater plan and to surrender to it. When you're confronted with a path that's undefined, it's normal for doubt to rear its head. In fact, this is a certain sign that you're facing your soul's greater plan. Every hero in his or her life journey comes eye to eye with doubt. The only way around it is through it. It's all part of the larger plan. Starseed Soul Inquiry. What are you being called to do to surrender to your soul's plan? And that's your reading. Let me know in the comments. Hit me up. Email me. Click the links. See you next month.